He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. Who? Whose iniquity? Whose wickedness? O daughter of Edom. O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. That's why the Most High is saying, he's telling us, in verse 4 of Revelation 18, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Somebody ain't going to receive the plagues that the Most High going to bring upon Babylon the Great. I remember this elderly man told me that all his family was drug dealers in Florida. And a hurricane came through and wiped everything they had out. His daughter, trying to be righteous, said that hurricane went right over her yard. There wasn't a piece of paper in that yard. But took everything down of his sons and daughters that was in the wickedness. So he lost everything. They were living large. He's saying nothing touches daughter's yard. He said that you be not partaker of her plagues. Don't plague this place, man. It's already written. We just read one plague. I mean, when you read the definition of Edom, it says Edom in the Donovan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. She's the only neighbor of the Israelites who is not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. Straight up. And give scriptures to back it up. That's why I say go discover thy sins. When you discover the sins, there's going to be a judgment for that. If you ever want to hear my voice, don't come back to the Most High's moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. Civil laws, you better understand. Going back to Matthew the 25th chapter. So this is all because we are naming these gods and having these days that you naming the god might be your birthday. You're going to name that god name on your birthday. That's why we need to change from all these names or these days that's named after idols to first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. It's not hard. It's just a matter of thinking. You don't want to think. But once you get it down, like today is the fourth day of the week. Just look at the calendar. You see what the first day is. How many people think? Oh, you mean the fourth day? Okay. Well, they're gonna make me say it. They don't have to make me say it. I can say the fourth day. You ever look at the calendar? Look at the first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. Well, we got, like I said, come on. Mingle among the heathen and learn their works. It was a trap for us. Because remember, the heathen know that we're in the captivity for breaking the Most High's laws. The laws was only given to us. So if you don't really think about it, you're thinking about everybody the same. We ain't the same. We ain't all equal. He just said, you follow my laws, I'm going to put you above all nations of the earth. Point blank. So everybody ain't created equal. Most High said it, look, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Write down Deuteronomy 14 and 2. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Everybody ain't created equal with according to the Most High. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. Talking to the Israelites. Read Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These be the words which the Most High spake to all Israel this side of Jordan. But thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. Your power. Yours a personal possessive pronoun. The Most High thy power, your power, Israelites, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. How special? Above, not equal to, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You can't make it say equal. He said above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's When we do what he say do. When we follow his laws, statutes, commandments. Other than that, you're going to be below. Like we are. Below everybody. So going back to Matthew 25, 33. When he come in his glory, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, the 12 tribes of Israel on his right hand, but the goats on the left. We done read. The rough goat is the king, first king of Greece, Alexander the Greek. You know, this is during the end of time. This is end time. Remember, Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of that follower. So Esau would have to be ruler during the end of the world. Like I said, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments. So it said he's going to set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. It's a mindset. Not only just the goats. Remember those that joined to them? Joined to them how? In the way they think. In the way the wickedness that they're doing. That they accept. You know? And our people have favor to wickedness. It ain't like, you know, we look at we taught the wicked ones our ways. Our ways surpass the ways of the wicked. So we ain't got much to brag about. That's why I say the righteous guests are going to be saved. Listen, it says, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Verse 33, verse 34. Matthew 25th chapter. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father. Come, ye blessed of my Father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Blessed of my Father, right? Go back to Revelation 22 and 14. Who's blessed? The last book of the Bible will tell you. Blessed of my Father, right? Blessed are they that do his commandments. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. New Jerusalem. So he said, verse 34, Matthew 25th chapter, Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, who are the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, Come, ye blessed of my Father, that keep his commandments. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. I mean, the kingdom was prepared for the Israelites from the foundation of the world. Look. I know this probably hurt a lot of you, but the truth is the truth. We've been hurt so long, man. Look, go to 2nd Ezra 7th chapter. Verse 10. And I said, 2nd Ezra 7 and 10. And I said, It is so, Master. Then said he unto me, Even so also is Israel's portion. So I'm here because we identifying Israel. Because for their sakes, for the Israelites' sake, I made the world. Hear that? And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now it's done. We all started to die and wither away into nothing, as it is today. But look at in 2nd Ezra 6:57. Select 2nd Ezra 6:57. And now, O Most High, behold, these heathen, these other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel, which have ever been reputed as nothing, you hear that? Which has ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. We could talk about that now. Now we said they have always been reputed as nothing. These other nations, when you say everybody's equal, no way. We just read, oh, that's the Apocrypha. Let's go to the Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, and see what Isaiah said. You know, I'm not going to quote from Isaiah a lot. Look, Isaiah 40 and 17. Isaiah 40 and 17. All nations before him are as nothing. So he's quoting from what has already been said. They all knew this. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. That's a cold statement, but it's real. Now, is he talking about the Israelites? No, because go to verse 1. Look what he tell us. He said, comfort ye. He said, comfort ye, my people, said the Most High. Speaking comfortably to Jerusalem, to the Israelites, and crying to her that her warfare is accomplished. Our warfare is accomplished, he's saying. That her iniquity, her wickedness is pardoned. The Israelites, the Most High's chosen people, that her iniquity is pardoned. For she had received of the Most High's hand. When he say, I'm going to my place in her affliction, we're going to seek him early. What we receive? Double for all her sins. See? So that's why when you look at what he's going to do to those that think they could do whatever they want to do and follow, don't have to follow the Most High's rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, commandments, he going to give them this. Revelation 18. Verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double, according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. We got double, and they gonna get double. Straight up, as it is written. So, it's not talking about the Israelites. You say he's pardoning our iniquity. In verse 1, 2. So now when we go to verse 17 of Isaiah the 40th chapter, it says, for all nations before him are as nothing, as we just read in the Apocrypha. And they are counted to him less than nothing. What's less than nothing? And vanity. Vanity. There's nothing. Worthless. Verse 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. The nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance, dust of a scale. You know, put a little dust, you smooth a little dust. Behold, he taketh up the hours of a very little thing. So when you go into 2nd Ezra, you hear him saying, 2nd Ezra 6 and 57, and now, O Most High, behold, these heathen, all these nations outside from the 12 tribes of Israel, which have ever been reputed as nothing. Not only that, go up to verse 54. And after these, Adam also, going all the way back to Adam, whom thou made of Lord, or power, master of all thy creatures. Of him come we all. We all come from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who came from Adam. And the people also whom thou hast chosen, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. We just read, thou art a chosen people. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. All this have I spoken before thee, O Most High, because thou madest the world for our sake. See? He made the world for our sakes. The children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel's sake. As for the other people which also come of Adam, they either come from Shem, Ham, and Japheth, thou hast said that they are nothing. We just read that in Isaiah 40th chapter, the 17th verse. See how it go together? But be like unto spittle. Ezra take it a little further. Say they not only is nothing, but they be like unto spittle. And as likened the abundance of them as to a drop that falleth from a vessel. A little drop that falleth from a vessel. And the dust on the scale. And now, O Most High, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. So if the world now be made for our sake, see, the whole world is made for the 12 tribes of Israel's sake. Why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long does this endure? So we read about how long it's going to endure. I'm not talking about it. Let's go back to Matthew 25. Matthew 25. And 34. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, the 12 tribes of Israel, 1/3, mind you, come ye blessed of my father, those that keep the commandments of the Most High, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. See? Because when you look at Deuteronomy 32 and 8, Deuteronomy 32 and 8, Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided, he didn't inherit, he didn't integrate. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. You hear that? He divided to the nations their inheritance. When he did what? When he separated the sons of Adam. He didn't integrate the sons of Adam. He separated the sons of Adam. He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. You hear that? He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Most High's portion is his people. Jacob, who's the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, is a lot of his inheritance, right? So the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. So that's why Mashiach Shai coming back put the sheep on the right hand and the goats on the left. He dividing them. Ain't gonna be integrated. Remember, he's gonna put every nation, gonna be put into their nation, wherever they at, whoever they are. Remember what it says? In Matthew 25 and 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. He's going to separate all the nations one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. You see? He's going to separate all the nations. He's going to put the Moabites over there, the Ammonites over there, the Edomites over there, the Elamites over there, the Hamites over there, the Ishmaelites over there, the Israelites over there. As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, the 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant, the elect, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. We just read. He made the whole world for our sakes. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous, see the righteous, what are sheep, the righteous, that's keeping the commandments of the Most High. Righteous, right? Well, how you righteous? Deuteronomy 6:25. I mean, the Bible answers itself. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness. How you be righteous? If we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our power, as he have commanded us. See? That's how we be righteous. To keep the commandments of the Most High. Otherwise, you're wicked. You're evil. So going back to Matthew 25. Verse 37. Then shall the righteous, or those that keep the commandments of the Most High, answer him, saying, Master, when saw we thee hungry, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? This is very important. This is something that touched my spirit. Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily, truly, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren. And it tells you in Hebrews 7:14, for it is evidence the fact that our power, Mashiach Shai, sprang out of Judah. If you least of them, least of these, my brethren, ye have done it unto me. That's why you look at the poor and Skid Row, and those are the least, you know what I mean, that everybody else thinks they better than them. And he said they're the least in the kingdom of heaven. You've done it unto him. When you do something to someone that has nothing, the least, they're at the bottom. You've done it unto him. The mind had hit me. I mean, that was our mission. That was part of the mission of doing it. He said, you do it to the least of them, my brethren, the Israelites. Doing it unto him. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, the goats, and those in the goat's mind. Remember those that are joined to them shall what? Fall by the sword. The goats they're gonna be like a chase roll. Everyone that's found shall be thrust through. All them that's joined to them shall fall by the sword. We just read that in Isaiah 13:50. Remember the story. As the Spirit is bringing it forth. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Hear that? Prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no meat. You ain't care nothing about his people. He said, I was hungry. You know, he said, you done it to the least my brethren, the Israelite, you done it to me. He said, I was hungry, the brothers was hungry. You gave me no meat. I was thirsty, you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick, and you in prison, and you visited me not. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Master, when saw we thee in hungry, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily, truly, I say unto you, insomuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, his brethren, like he said before, ye did it not to me. Least of these, my brothers and sisters that are Israelites, you did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. Let's choose you life or death. You're either going to follow the way of the world, you're going to come out of the way of the world, you're going to follow what the Most High said as our culture demands that we do and accept, or you're going to be joined to the way this world say. The world say, oh no, that's not right, you got to be it this way. Or you got to follow the way of the land. We just told you they profane. They profane. Look, what it said? It said, remember it said as far as dog was concerned, in the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, look at it. I mean, you gotta look at it, what it's saying. Serious, man. That's why you follow the way, you gonna fall right with them. Their whole thing is you gotta, and it is sad because our people don't know enough of these scriptures to be able to know how they are operating, just how they would have you operate without you even knowing it. They ain't even gotta be around you. You naturally like that. Well, we all gotta be de-Edomanized. Straight up. Look, dog. In the New Unger's Bible Dictionary. In the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons, and was used by the Jews respecting the Gentiles. Give the scripture, Matthew 15:26. It says, verse 5, number 5, those who are shut out of the kingdom of heaven are also called dogs. Verse 22:15, we went there. On account of their vileness. Keep that word in, vileness. Probably a reference to homosexuality. So we gotta look at that. This is what they're saying. This is what the Edomites saying. Nothing that we saying. This is what the Edomites saying. We're going to say what the Most High say. Leviticus 20:13. Is it because of their violence? Leviticus 20:13. Leviticus 20:13. Do what the law says. That's why you have opportunity to repent. Repent. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, I mean, a man and a man lying together like a man's supposed to lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, a filthy, wicked act, sins. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them, right? That's the law. So go to Romans. Romans, first chapter. And we're going to look at verse 26. Let's start at verse 25. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie? Who changed the truth of the Most High, the Mashiach, into a lie? And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affection. Remember it said, pertaining to dog, profane and vile affections, vile affections. For even their women, he said, probably a reference to homosexuality, said, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. That means women with women. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust. Burned in their lust. The natural use of a woman, one toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly. Hear that? It said men with men. That's men having sexual intercourse with each other. Remember they said? Probably a reference to homosexuality. Dog, why do you call them dogs? Look. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat, which was right. And even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, you heard what the Most High said. The law was, we just read it, Leviticus 20 and 13. Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Now all you that say, okay, that's them, and you friends with them, and you hanging out with them, you dealing with whatever you dealing with, says, okay, listen. Verse 32, who knowing the judgment of the Most High, we read it in Leviticus 20 and 13. Remember it says, come out of her, my people, that you receive not of her sins, her plagues, man, he's going to bring on this earth. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, it says. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. You have pleasure with them that's doing these things, you deserve death too, this saying. That's what that scripture is saying right there. Understand, overstand this. This is real. It's something that you're not going to be able to just, overlook. Look. Romans 2 and 2. But we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to truth. According to the truth. We read the truth. The truth is the law. Psalms 119, 142. Y'all know it. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. We read the law, Leviticus 20:13. But we are sure that the judgment of the Most High is according to truth against them which commit such things. It's according to the truth, according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Romans 6:21. What fruit had ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death. The end of those things is death, y'all. Verse 23, for the wages of sin is death. The wages of sin is death. Straight up. So, don't think in your wildest dreams that the law been done away with. As you see here, Romans 3:31. Do we then make void the law through faith? Most High forbid. Yeah, we establish the law. They're trying to say, Paul wasn't dealing with the law. He said we established the law of the Most High. That's why we cannot continue to operate and just try and come up with some excuses about I can't do it. It can't be done. There's a price to pay. There's truly a price to pay. Well, we have to look at how we operated as a people. And everybody, we're supposed to be here to teach everyone how to be. We're the salt of the earth. Acts 2:39. For the promise is unto you, Yasharahla, and to your children, and to all that are far off, those foreigners that's scattered in all these different lands and so forth, even as many as the Most High our power shall call. Promise is unto us. So that's why it's very important that we look at this and don't be caught up in the way that the heathens think and the way that they are, because they know that you went into captivity, slavery, and bondage for your iniquity, for your wickedness. And here we are right here. Look at Judah 5, Judah the 5th chapter. Judah 5:17. This is, remember the heathen know that we were in the captivity for our iniquity? We read that in Ezekiel 39:23. This is what is being said. And whence they sinned not before their power, we didn't sin before the Most High, they prospered. We the Israelites prospered because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them. You hear that? When we don't sin, the Most High have us prosper. We prosper. Because the Most High who hateth iniquity is with us. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, that's where you read them curses. Deuteronomy 28:16 all the way down to 68. They were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. All these different nations had us in captivity. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground. And there's, like we read about Antiochus Epiphanes, that Edomite king. And their cities were taken by the enemies. You keep hearing this. The enemies, not the friends, but the enemies. But now are they returned to their power. Now we return to the Most High. And are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my master and governor, if there be any error in this people, that's what the heathen know, and they sin, we transgress the laws of the Most High, we break his rules and regulations against their power. You hear that? Their power, not our power. But their power, they understand that the Most High has the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Let us consider that this shall be their ruin. So what you think? They're going to show you the way of the Most High? Tell you that you got to keep the laws of the Most High? No. This shall be their ruin. They want you to be wicked. They want you to not follow the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, because it's going to be your ruin. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them. See? You eat in the spirit with the Most High doing what he said do, we're going to be overcome every time. But there's a condition. If another condition, there be no iniquity, no wickedness in their nation, let my master now pass by. Better leave them alone. Pass them by. Let their power defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So you better leave them alone. That's why when you look at them, whatever they plan on doing, pertaining to the 12 tribes of Israel, and we all saying we got to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's being heard more so than any other time. And holding each other accountable to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why you got to be aware. This what you can look at it however you want to. Like they getting all this munition and all this bullets and firepower, talking about they ready for war, they ready for this and that. But understand this and overstand this. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits. There be spirits. These are angels that are created for vengeance, right? And keep in mind, Psalm 34 and 7. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. Psalms 34 and 7. The angel of the Most High, which is the spirit of the Most High, encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. Going back to Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits or angels that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sword strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Appease the wrath of the Most High. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Don't get it twisted now. Don't think it's not. We can give you a prime example of it. You got to go too far. Go to the book of Psalms 79. I believe it's 78. 78 and 49. Psalm 78 and 49. Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them, this the Egyptians, when we was in captivity under the Egyptians, the fierceness of his anger, the fierceness of the Most High's anger, wrath, and indignation. How? And trouble. How? By sending evil angels among them. See? Don't get it twisted now. Ecclesiasticus 39 and 28. There be spirits, angels, that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. They're going to appease the wrath of the Most High who made them. Remember we just read Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them. That's going to appease the wrath of the Most High who made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment and they shall be ready upon earth, right here on this earth, when need is. When need is. And when their time has come, when they're called to bring forth the vengeance of the Most High, they shall not, I repeat, they shall not transgress his word. They're going to do exactly what the Most High tells them to do, in bringing forth the vengeance of the Most High, the wrath of the Most High, the fierce anger of the Most High, and his indignation and his woe, destruction. So that's why it's very important for we as a people to follow what the Most High would have us do. If you don't know, ask, and you can be taught. And with that, I'm going to stop for this session. And all praise to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I'm out. Shalom.